So SEO is extremely important if you're looking to grow your business. There's no better, lower cost lead source than SEO. So in today's video, I want to look at a particular cleaning company based in Boston. They're ranking #1, and I'm going to look into why and how they're able to outrank bigger competitors, bigger franchises, and by analyzing their strategy, we can hopefully learn some of these things and apply some of these techniques to our own cleaning business to help us rank higher on page 1 on Google. So if we jump onto the screen share here, as you can see, if I type in house cleaners Boston, Massachusetts, we are basically looking at this section in the middle of the page. This is the best real estate. If we can become one of these 1, 2, 3 cleaning companies in the map pack, then we are going to be in a great position. This will get the majority of our traffic. So if we jump into this, we can see we've got Patriot Maid Service, we've got Bra Bros Cleaning Services, and we've got Clean Zen here as well. So if we jump into the map, we can look at the more exhaustive list down here, and you'll see when I go down this list that you can see we are these companies at the top are independent companies, but they're ahead of some of the bigger franchises down here. So Maid Pro is obviously one franchise, another one is the Maid. So how are these guys, these independent companies, ranking above the franchises in this area? So let's just have a look. So let's have a look at Patriot Maid Service, Maid's Cleaning Services, and let's just copy that into our browser, and so we can have a closer look at the Google business profile. So this is the first thing that many people get wrong, is that the Google business profile isn't your website, it's the profile within Google. And by making sure that we are filling out the profile, adding all the content to all the available fields, adding lots of photos, reviews, things like that, that helps to give Google and signify to Google that our profile is maxed out, we're ready and active for business. So when we look at this particular profile here, Patriot Maid's Cleaning Services, you can see we've got lots of photos here. We've got over 200 reviews, so reviews are extremely important. We've got the address, we've got products, we've got categories, we've got descriptions, we've got Google posts down here. So you can see in this, very obviously, to get ranked in an area like Boston, you need to have all these things maxed out. So a few things down here. So, we've got over 200 reviews. So let's just have a look at the reviews. So the volume of reviews is important, but also the recency of reviews as well. So if you had 2 companies, one with 200 reviews from 6 months ago and one with 200 reviews within the last 6 months, the one with the newest reviews would come up first. So you can see, although we've got this 1-star rating, we've got a 4.9 on average. This is a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So these are all very recent reviews. So not only has this company got lots of reviews, but there are lots of recent reviews as well. So if we go back, the other thing to say here is that the category, it's important to make sure that the category is the primary category that you serve. So if you are a commercial cleaning business, obviously you want to make sure you're coming up for the commercial cleaning category, not house cleaning. So we need to make sure that this primary category matches the main service that we offer. The other thing to say here is that the address is important. So generally, if you have a physical address associated with your Google business profile, it is going to be better, as opposed to being defined as a service area business. So a service area business is where you don't have your address visible, but you can say, okay, these particular areas of Boston, these particular neighborhoods we serve, but your address isn't visible. Those businesses tend not to rank as well as those profiles where there is an actual address listed. So, this is something worth noting down here. Phone number is fine. One of the things that is you need to be aware of as well is that your hours of operation also influence the the visibility. So this particular cleaning company is open 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. So presumably this is when they are available to take calls. So if someone typed in cleaning companies in Boston at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday night, then we are likely to be ranked higher than say at 10 p.m. because Google can see at 10 p.m. this business isn't open up for operations. So it's worth thinking about your hours of operations. You can potentially use a virtual assistant to answer calls in the evening, but just be aware that if you are a 9 till 5 business, you may not be coming up for these searches in the evenings because Google can see from your hours of operation that you're not able to take the calls and get back to people quickly. So the hours of operation are fine. This is actually capturing a lot of the evening traffic, which is great because people will be getting back from work and then jumping on Google to try and book in a cleaning business. You can see the various products here. And these, the other way, there is another section within the Google Business Profile where rather than products, you can add these as services. And this is where you definitely want to be filling out all the different services within your offering. So, obviously within house cleaning, you've got lots of different types of house cleaning. You've got your move in, move out, you've got your recurring cleaning, you've got your post-construction cleaning. So you can see that this business, knows what they're doing. They're adding all these different service types in as separate products, or you could do the same thing as separate service types. And this is a link to their site as well. So products, services, and you can see we talked about the reviews, and then the posting is important as well. So if you look at the posts, these are 3 days ago, 8, so about a week ago. So it looks like every couple of, twice a week this business is posting. And the important thing here is generally people aren't reading these posts, but this is another indicator to Google that this particular business is active, their profile is active, they're open for new clients. So, this is really a no-brainer, and we want to be posting, at least once a week. Something that this company could be doing is, adding photos. We see lots of success with our clients, adding, non-stock photos, importantly, so genuine photos of your cleaners at work. And the reason why this is good is also Google can see from the geo tag, the location where that photo was taken. So if you upload that into your Google Business Profile and they see lots of photos which are geo-tagged to areas around Boston, again, this is another signal to Google that you have lots of clients, you're active in the Boston area, and this will hopefully improve your rankings as well. So this business here is posting a couple of times a week, but yeah, I would say to get a further boost, they should be adding in some photos, some local non-stock photos, and this will help boost their visibility even further as well. So the Google Business Profile of this business looks pretty good. Lots of takeaways from here if you're looking to optimize your own profile. But linked to the Google Business Profile is, the website of the business. And many people think that the website, your Google Business Profile is separate, but actually they are directly related because and when we talk about SEO, if I just go back down in here, we typed in house cleaners Boston, we want to get ranked in this business maps pack in the middle of the page, top of the page, but we also want to be ranked below. These are the search engine results pages, and you can see the same business here is ranked at the top as well. So they're doing lots of things right. Their Google Business Profile is being filled out correctly. But if we jump on their website, again, we can look at their strategy and borrow many of the things that they're doing to help rank them very high on a very competitive area. So this is a very common thing that I see missing with clients that we start working with. So your home page is the most important page of your entire website. So we need to make sure that the home page focuses on a primary keyword and a primary location. And your primary keyword would be house cleaning, or if you did office cleaning, it'd be office cleaning, or post construction. Whatever your main category word is, you need to have that combined with your location, your biggest city, your main area. So it could be Boston, Massachusetts, San Francisco, California, Omaha, Nebraska, whatever that is. But we need to have this in our title. This is called the H1 title. This is a very important signal to Google about what our primary keyword and location is. So you can see from this website that it's very obvious that this is the most important keyword and location for this business. And if they didn't have this, their rankings would probably come off a little bit. So very clear and obvious. Make sure that your title reflects that in this way. But as I scroll down this page, you can see there's services pages here. We've got an about section. We've got reviews. We've got about a bit more about Boston. You can see there's a lot of content. These are some of the areas that they serve. Look, there's a lot of content. I was speaking to someone yesterday, and their homepage was had very little content, but we need to make sure that there's plenty of text. We've got all the different services down here. We've got a nice Q&A section down here, and then we've got lots of content about Boston. These are particular landmarks in Boston. So these are all indicators to Google that Boston is our primary area. So we need to make sure that we have a lot of content on our homepage about the services that we offer, but also the locations as well. So you can see lots and lots of content down here. You want to generally have at least 1,500 words of text on here, lots of images. The images need to be tagged and titled in the correct way. But if you can see down here, if I scroll back up, we had these we had these service pages, and this is really the next step. So if you click on the link here, you can see that this business has separate service pages as well. So house cleaning is their main primary keyword, but from here we've got move out cleaning, we've got standard cleaning, we've got deep cleaning. So you want to have individual pages for each one of the services that you offer. And you can see here, main keyword, move out cleaning plus location. So it's the same template, all talking about move out cleaning, rental, people moving in and out, landlords, deposits. Again, there's a lot of content down here, lots of words, lots of images. And we've got all these blog posts, and these blog posts will be linking back to their move out cleaning page. So these are all little internal links. These are little indicators to Google that this is an important page, because we've created blog content about that. So lots of blog content in here. So this company has built out all these different pages for all these. You can see office cleaning, we've got same day cleaning, deep cleaning, but also they are building out pages for their locations as well. And you can see when I scroll down the link here, let's have a look at Hyde Park, and let's see what their location pages look like. So as I said, Boston, Massachusetts is their main location. We've got different service pages for all the different services they offer, but also what we need to do is we need to break out the main location into the specific neighborhoods, and we need to create separate pages for these. So this company, Hyde Park, we were talking about house cleaning in Hyde Park, house cleaning maid service, and lots of references to house cleaning. But as you can see here, we've got Hyde Park, get to know Hyde Park, information about Hyde Park. So we need to make sure that with our location pages that we're talking specifically about those locations, those smaller cities, those smaller towns, those neighborhoods within the area. So you want to take your website from being a very simple, maybe 5-page website to becoming a 20, 30-page website. Build out individual pages for your services that you offer. Build out individual pages for the city and towns, neighborhoods that you offer. And what you'll find is that your organic rankings, your search rankings will improve. You will likely get ranked higher up in these pages. You'll get ranked higher up in the organic search results. We've done a search here just for House Cleaners Boston, but as you can imagine, if you have an individual page in your website about move out cleaning, in Boston or move out cleaning in Hyde Park, you know, Google can see from your website that if you have specific pages, you're more likely to get ranked. So this is another way that you get good rankings, good organic leads through Google, is by having these individual pages. If you're picking up clicks and visibility and leads from these, you know, these what you call longer tail keywords, your longer tail locations, this will all feed into your main keywords. So your house cleaning Boston keyword, and that will help you to get ranked as well. So this cleaning business, obviously they're ranked to the top in the maps and top in rank, the organic results, they know what they're doing. You know, this you can see from their website, this is the strategy, and this is the strategy that we use with all the clients that we work with. So you want to make sure that you build out the site in this way. So once you have the site architecture right, once you've built out the content, once you've got the Google business profile filled out, all your photos added, and you've got reviews coming in and recent reviews coming in, you know, we then need to start building out our backlinks. And the backlinks are, you know, what the way to think about the backlink is like a vote of confidence. So if a local newspaper decides to run an interview with you about running a cleaning company in the post-COVID area, and they have a nice interview, and then at the bottom they link back to your website, that would be an example of a backlink. You know, that would be an example of a really great backlink, because a local newspaper is very authoritative. You could get other backlinks from, say, mums blogs. Maybe you contact a few mums blogs and ask them to do a review of your cleaning business, and then at the bottom of that review they'll link back to you. That is an example of another type of backlink. Obviously the mums blog backlink will be less valuable than one from your local newspaper, but you want to get a good mix of high quality backlinks back to your website, and these are all the sorts of things that Google are looking at. If you have lots of votes of confidence from people all across the web, this will help with your rankings as well. So let's have a look at this business, and let's see what their backlinks look like. This is just a free backlink checker from Ahrefs. So you can see from this backlink profile, we've got a domain authority of 27. Basically, the domain authority is between 0 and 100, so the higher the better, and you find that the more backlinks that you have, the better. They've got over 2,000 backlinks to their website, so lots of backlinks, and these are all the different websites. So over 360 are do follow. So this is just a technical term. So if you get a backlink from a website, sometimes they will be either a do follow or not follow. The do follow links are the ones that you want, and they're the ones that help boost your rankings. So around 200 links are 200 websites are sending do follow links back to this website. So this company clearly has a backlinking strategy, and then these are the types of links that they're getting. So you can see here, this is the website, this is the domain authority. So if you're getting a high domain, a link from a high domain authority website, this is good. So 86, 90, these are really good quality backlinks. You can see this is much lower. So this is still a link, but this Blush Event Garden is a less authoritative site in Google's eyes than, say, Homes and Garden, which is a well-known website. So you can see there's a mix, 80s, but anything in the 80s, 70s are really good. But you can see, how to get colour out of white cloths. The founder has obviously just been quoted, and there's been a link to the quote. How to move grease stains, ultimate guide to keeping a clean home. So there are various ways that you can get these websites, links from these high quality websites. So help a reporter out, harrow.com is a great resource, which basically connects journalists who are looking to write articles and they're looking for input and quotes from people that have information and expertise. So if you are a journalist talking about how to keep your home clean when you have pets, getting quotes from cleaning business owners that have experience with that will help with their article. And by by enlisting the help of these cleaning business owners, they can often include a link, and this is likely how this website, this company has got these links. So you can see that backlinks are an important part. Particularly in the more competitive areas, you will need to have a backlink strategy. Not only will you need to have a good Google business profile with lots of reviews, not only will you need to have a good website with lots of content and your service and location pages, but then you'll need to have the backlinks on top of that. So, this is how this business is outranking. They're clearly doing lots of great things, but this is how they are outranking, many of the bigger businesses in their area, many of the bigger franchises, by having a really good dialed in SEO strategy. So I hope this has been helpful. On the next video, I'm just going to take you through the step-by-step basis. We've gone through an audit of a cleaning company, but I'm going to take you through some of the basics that you need to get started with your SEO and get your journey to get ranked and get leads coming in through Google. So I'll see you on the next one.